Hey, you guys, welcome. My name is Kim. I'm so glad that you are here to learn a little bit more about how I can help you live more free. It is a free and a full life. So, um, I am going to just dive right in and really talk to you about what this means. What's this whole fit with faith thing that you see me post about on social media and talk about in my stories? And how can I help you to live more free if you decide to hop on board and join me? So, for me, joining a group of like minded individuals, ladies who are just refocusing on when I refocused on my fitness and nutrition and mindset about 3.5 years ago, really helped me to take back control of my life all across the board. It transformed me from the inside out. And it honestly helped me grow in my faith, to start putting the faith that I claim to have into action in my life, and to start diminishing the power of fear in my life. So that I could begin to live more free the way that I believe we all can and the way that we are meant to. Life is hard. Things happen. We get hurt. We have scars. It's easy for us to develop negative mindsets and thoughts. Hopelessness can creep in based on some of the things that have happened to us. But I believe that life is truly 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Your mindset is everything. And as you start to take back control of your mind and your body, you will start to see a ripple effect in every other area of your life. It's why all of the top personal development gurus, all of the top motivational speakers, entrepreneurs, everyone that you look up to who is successful in their life, they all, go grab any of their books or tune into their podcasts, and they all talk about the power of health and fitness and how it's something that you have to leverage if you really want to be someone who lives a more full life, who really achieves things with your life, and wants to change things and really better yourself. But just a bit about me. Let me minimize this so it's not in the way. There we go. Okay, so my name is Kim, and I am a full-time stay-at-home mom to two boys, Caleb and Joshua. Caleb's 5, Joshua's about 19 months. But when I started this, I just had one little one, 20 months old. So I'm married to a head chef. And think, all the fats, sauces, horrible things for you. Insert that there. I love nature and animals, books. I'm a big reader, Jesus, and traveling and writing. My dream is to become an author and to live by the ocean one day and write books. I have been a huge fitness girl my whole life since I was a little kid. Actually, when I used to do Jane Fonda and Denise Austin workout videos in my house, I would put on a bathing suit and leg warmers, and I would get up on my stuff that my dad made me and be like, and 1 and 2, and record myself on their old camcorder with a tripod. And I used to make fitness profiles for my parents. And so all that to say, this fitness has just been a part of my life and a passion of mine since I was really little. God just wired me that way. However, although I was raised in a really happy home and had a great childhood, everything kind of came crashing down when I turned 16 years old and my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. I am the spitting image of my mom, just like her. And she was really, I was very, very close with my mom, like separation anxiety issues, even as a teen when I was away from her. So it hit me really, really hard. And that year was really traumatic. It was a quick downward spiral. She passed away from breast cancer 15 months after she was diagnosed. And I found myself just lost in a world of grief at 17 years old. And it took me through my 20s. I developed a lot of issues with anxiety, control issues, trying to control my life because I couldn't all of a sudden control anything else that seemed like it happened to me. And so I developed an eating disorder. I felt like no self-worth. I felt lost in the world without her. I didn't know who I was. I questioned my identity. There was times that I questioned my faith. And I really just got lost in some bad relationships, bad choices, and just had a really unhealthy relationship in general with my emotions and myself and my thoughts and just my life. But all that started to change when I found hot yoga, and I fell in love with the practice and showing up to myself every day in the mirror and showing up for no one besides me and working through some of my issues. And there was days that I cried, there was days I had breakthroughs, but I fell in love with the practice so much that I actually became an instructor because I found so much healing in the room. I found the power of fitness to help us take back control of our lives in a positive way, to channel all of that negative energy into something positive and to really transform our lives from the inside out, starting with our thoughts. And so I became an instructor, and I loved motivating and inspiring other people in their health and fitness. But I also started a group support group. I really got into sharing. I was very passionate about how people cannot really heal from things like grief if they don't actually work through them and allow themselves to feel those tough emotions and things that they're feeling, to feel the feelings, to deal with them so that they can heal with them. I started a group called Feel, Deal, Heal, and I realized I was so passionate that I wanted to go back to school and was going to pursue my master's in grief counseling. But then all of that changed, as life does, when I got unexpectedly pregnant with my first son, which is a huge part of my story and my testimony. And I found myself a mom sooner than I thought. And although I was still in my late 20s, I just wasn't prepared in any way, shape, or form. And what I was really most unprepared for was that my son was born with a blood disorder. And he had a lot of health issues. He had 3 blood transfusions before, 2 transfusions before he was 9 weeks old. He's had 3 to date. And it's really been something that took me straight into my greatest fear, which was losing a loved one, going through more health issues with someone, being in hospitals all over again. And anxiety fired up. And one day I just ended up surrendering and getting on my knees and realizing that I just couldn't do this whole thing. I had botched up so much in my own life. And I needed God. And so I started to walk a new walk, a faith walk, and really began my life all over again. But in the midst of motherhood and everything going on that was hard, I really lost myself and stopped doing anything for me. I love this little person so much. And as a first-time mom, it just being that I had lost my mom, it overwhelmed me. And I just really didn't do anything for me anymore. I wouldn't shower if it meant he had to cry for a second. I was, living on granola bars and bagels, like coffee and convenience foods, and didn't realize that I was starting to not feel great a lot of the time. And there was just some big gaps in my life, things that I was missing. So about 8 months postpartum, I decided to try going back to a gym. And it really just didn't work. My son kept getting sick in the childcare. I wasn't overly comfortable with the people who were watching him. It wasn't very convenient packing him up and driving me up and then driving 10, 15 minutes and then getting him into the childcare and me checking him ready for my workouts. And then they would have to calm me down sometimes, and breastfeeding and changing diapers and weather and all kinds of things. And he would get sick and then I would get sick and then we'd be out for a while. And I just couldn't be consistent. It really wasn't working well in that season of life. And that was when I only had one kid. So about when he was about 20 months old, I found something that was a much better fit and really, really changed everything for me. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. So my passion, why I'm here and why I'm running this presentation for you, is because I am so passionate about what I found that changed everything in my life as a mom, because everything changes when we have kids. So what used to work may not work anymore. And so this solution for me has really changed everything. And I'm so passionate about helping other people, introducing them to this solution that has been a game changer for me, and helping other people change their lives from the inside out, to live healthier, more fulfilling lives, to believe in themselves and their God-given potential, and to exercise their faith over fear. So like I said, really one of the things that I fell in love with yoga was discovering my own potential, and that it was actually limitless, that all the limits that I created for myself were just in my mind. They weren't reality. But I have become even more passionate now about helping women, mostly moms, though you don't have to be a mom to be in my group or to work with me, to take care of themselves, since becoming a mom, I realized just firsthand how much harder that makes it. But, we women and moms are the heart of our homes. And when we aren't happy, the home is not happy. We think we are. We think that sacrificing our health and running ourselves into the ground and doing everything for everyone makes us a better mom, but it actually doesn't. And what I found is that it was actually selfish of me to do that. Because when I'm not taking care of me, I'm not taking the best care of my family either. And I know that because within 2 weeks of starting a Beachbody program and joining a group, like a success or accountability group of ladies to help hold me accountable to that program and support me along the journey, within 2 weeks, I had so much more energy and confidence. I was more joyful all day. I was bounding into my son's room on his nap time, eager to play with him. And really, instead of being like, oh my gosh, like where did that nap time go? I could feel my muscles returning within 2 weeks. I had my marriage improved. And I just started to want things for myself in my life again. And I could not believe that within 2 weeks, so much changed. Suddenly I remembered that I wasn't just a mom, that a mom is the most important job probably we'll ever have in our lives, but that before I was a mom, I was a somebody. Before I had kids, I still had a life. I still had passions and hobbies and talents and, dreams. And it's important. I think it was really freeing for me to realize that it was okay to still have those things. And that I should nurture them. So it made me really want to start to set a better example for my husband and my kids of healthy living and self-care. And that is really a big part of why I'm here and what, like I said, I'm so passionate about. So, guys, my why, I think when you want to do anything or change anything in your life, it's really important that you have a really strong why, because otherwise there's not going to be enough to make you show up on the days that you just don't feel like it, right? The days when it's not easy. This is a picture of my mom. She passed away from breast cancer in 2003, like I said, when I was 17, and she was an amazing mom, like the best. I remember in counseling, I put myself right into counseling after she died because I knew I wasn't okay. And months later in an exercise, my counselor asked me, I need you to do this exercise and write down all these things about your mom that were awesome and great traits of hers, and then write down some that weren't, some things that, she didn't do that well or whatever. And honestly, guys, I was like, I had nothing. And I told her I can come up with a million good things. I can't come up with anything bad. It took me years until I was married and with a kid to realize one thing. She did not ever really, in my opinion, take care of herself. I can honestly say, outside of a random yoga thing or bike riding with us here and there, I never saw my mom exercise regularly. And I never really saw her do things or take herself to get a massage or, anything like for self-care. And I don't even think she took her nutrition seriously until she got sick. She was always thin. I think genetics were on her side, but you can be thin and not be healthy, right? And so I always wondered if things would be different, and maybe if she'd still be here, if she had taken better care of herself. And I believe that this was God's will, and maybe a part of that is so that I would stand up and do this work today. And so that has really empowered me to help other women and families so that they don't ever have to go through what I did or what my mom did, because it was beyond tragic. And if I could help just one family, it would all be worth it. And to really help other women stop viewing self-care as selfish the way that I did as a new mom, because I never really saw it role modeled. So I would love, and that's why I'm here, and I love what I get to do, is to help other moms create healthier habits within their homes that will be handed down, and that ripple effect just affects their husbands and their kids. I see it every day in my groups, and it's so amazing. So this is Jessica. She joined me back in January 2018. She's a mom of 5. She homeschools. I think she has 2 kiddos with special needs. And to say her plate is full would be an understatement. When I connected with her, I could tell she was just like my mom. Just like me when I started, such a good mom and just a human being in general, always pouring out, but never getting poured into. And this is what she sent me, this message, just about 2 weeks after joining me and starting one of our programs with the nutrition plan and getting into my group. She said, when I first took the step, I was so afraid. So many things had not worked out over the years that had made me a very cynical person. I wanted to change that, but I never knew how. I would try different things, but it just wasn't working out, or wasn't something I could stick with, or wasn't what I needed at the time. I had been searching when Kim presented Beachbody to me, and I knew it was going to give me workouts with a healthy eating plan and all of that. But what I was so surprised by was the positivity that it gave me and how much different I felt after just 2 weeks. I feel so silly saying that because this is all still so new, but this is just so much more than body to me. This is all about the mind. And I feel like for the first time in such a long time, I am actually happy. I feel like a better mom, a better wife. I've been giving my kids positive affirmations before they go to school now. I'm big in my groups on positive affirmations. I have these amazing, amazing kids, and I feel like for the first time in so long, I see them again, and to really take time to have a relationship with my husband. These things are so huge for me that after just a couple of weeks, I already cannot imagine going back. I'm so happy. And as of this picture, when it was taken, Jess was already down 28 pounds and 16 inches. So it's just so amazing to me. But as promised in this webinar, I wanted to cover these topics because I think that it's how I can add the most value to you in your life today, no matter what you're doing in your health and fitness or what you plan to do from here. So not necessarily in this order, but I will be covering these things: how to get fit in 30 minutes per day, how you can get into the best shape of your life in literally 2% of your day when you are using a functional fitness program that you can do from anywhere, and I'm going to explain what that is. How to eat more and still lose weight, so you can eat more of the right foods with a simple, customized, and flexible plan that you can stick with. Yes, eat more, not less, to lose weight. How you can stick with this, how you can say goodbye to yo-yoing, dieting, quitting on yourself forever through accountability and the creation of healthier habits, and then how to live free, to break free from an obsession with the scale, results, calorie counting, guilt, shame, self-doubt, depression, anxiety, and more through a mindset makeover. So guys, what is Beachbody? Now, if you heard me drop the Beachbody word and you were like, whoa, I am not interested, hold on just a minute with me, because I did feel the same way. Although I had done some workouts when I was a kid and thought they were really great, when I heard that word drop to me when I was a mom searching for something, I was immediately like, oh no, that's not for me. And we all have our reasons of why we have some of those preconceived notions or misconceptions or thoughts, and I'll share about mine. But guys, why I recommend Beachbody now, well, really what Beachbody is, first of all, if you have not heard of them, they are the leading fitness company in the world. If you haven't seen a Beachbody infomercial, you have got to be living under a rock. Because the cool thing about Beachbody, guys, is that everything has been done for you. There is no guesswork involved. Beachbody has hired the top nutritionists, scientists, doctors, trainers, and fitness experts that you and I could not ever afford to do. They are on a mission to help as many people as possible live healthier and more fulfilling lives, so that they've gifted all of that to us in a very affordable way. If you went and hired these people yourself, you would be paying thousands of dollars, but they've made it affordable for you and me to have a personal trainer and a nutritionist come to us in our home every day whenever it fits into our daily schedule, which I don't know about you, but for me, that is different every day. How amazing is that? So guys, I have been into health and fitness and supplements for a super long time. Like I said, I have tried almost everything out there and I have never found anything this good. It is easy to be skeptical, but this stuff works. I have hundreds of transformations from women who were so skeptical and have tried everything out there and quit all of it. And they've been successful with this. And I'll tell you why. There's hundreds of thousands of pictures online of people who have done Beachbody programs and lost 100 or 200 pounds. It's incredible. So why should you use Beachbody? Well, let me ask you this. Are you a scientist? Are you a doctor? Are you a nutritionist, a trainer, any of those things? If not, then you're like me. And even though I had been on bodybuilding websites and created fitness profiles and consider myself to be more in the knowledge of fitness and health than most people, I can't touch any of those things, right? So if you are not any of those things like me, then you don't know better than all of these leading health and fitness experts at Beachbody. So I always encourage people to give it a shot, to start to try one of these programs, to trust the program, to trust the process. Nothing pains me more than seeing people get so down on themselves that they try something and it doesn't work. And then they start to question themselves. They lose a little bit of belief in themselves every time and whether or not they can really do this. When so many times it's just that they set themselves up for failure. So many times people just start something, they have no idea what they're doing. They're guessing what to eat, guessing how many workouts to do a week, guessing what moves to do at the gym, guessing for how long to do them, or trying so hard to get to a gym. And then kids get sick or husband's stuck at work late or whatever. And there's all these obstacles, and what they're doing just is making it so much harder on themselves. Or nutritionally, they have no idea what they should be eating or what clean eating even is. There's so many different thought processes out there on keto and like intermittent fasting, and you should eat this and don't eat this and eliminate this food group. And people are starving themselves and skipping breakfast and taking diet pills and everything in the name of trying to lose weight and get results, when it's really so simple. Just follow the plan. Beachbody is about fitness and nutrition, a clean eating lifestyle. You don't have to be perfect with clean eating, but working that way, eating more of the right things, less of the bad things, and pairing it with exercise, and then the accountability to help you stick with it. And really, I know that following a plan is actually so freeing, because you can just show up. You don't have to do anything but exactly what they tell you to do, like this workout on this day, eat these kinds of things, and you're going to get results. It works. It's so much easier than having to figure it out all by yourself. And it's so much less time consuming. So I always encourage people to start one of our programs. You maybe have heard of Insanity, P90X. These are all Beachbody programs, 21 Day Fix. And to start day one, and then to go through this journey until the last day, because when you cross that finish line, you are going to feel so good. And I love that there is a start and an end date. I know what my goal is to finish the program. I know that to reach that goal, these are the workouts that I have to do each day. This is the kind of meal plan I have to follow. So many people are out there setting goals of this magical goal, I'm going to lose 20, 30 pounds, but they have no idea how they're going to do it. You got to break it down. And then you got to set smaller goals for yourself and that are you got a time sensitive goal, by this day, it's not just I'm going to get healthy, I'm going to lose weight. Well, how much weight? And then is that a realistic goal for this time frame? How can we break it down? And that's things that I work with all of my clients to help them do, is to set those realistic goals. And these programs are ways that I use are an amazing tool I use to help people reach those goals based on the time that they have and their personal, taste and exercise and nutrition and all of that. So I don't know about you guys, but having the ability to take care of me and mind, body, and spirit in a way that conveniently fits into my life as a busy mom, to have accountability, community, and encouragement from other like-minded ladies without leaving my house or messing with nap time or having to drive when it's raining and snowing and I don't feel like it, and so I don't have to stress my family who are trying to rush to get to a class that based on traffic or parking or whatever I might miss and then be in a super bad mood, or having added mom guilt, like for my working moms who maybe already are gone all day and don't want to have to leave their kids even more, be at a gym or deal with childcare or whatever, that you can set such a good example for your kids and even include them is huge. These are both of my boys. They regularly see me work out, eat well, and I see them joining me and cheering me on. I see it in my groups all the time, and it's just so amazing to me that I can take care of me in a way that conveniently fits into my life. The picture on the left with my son Joshua, I finished my workout, I heard him busting upstairs, and I ran right up, and 2 seconds later, my son was in my arms. I just love that. I was done for the day before our day was even starting. So guys, everything about this decision to join a group and start a Beachbody program, and then become a coach and mentor for other women was an answer to years of prayers. From that very moment that I told you I got on my knees and surrendered, I know this was a part of God's plan for me in my life. And it changed everything in my life from the inside out. And I don't just want you to take my word for it. I want you to check it out. So this is my first transformation on the left with Insanity. It's a 60-day Beachbody program. The very first one I did, I got it used off of a garage sale site. And I was drinking Shakeology, which I'll tell you about in a minute, so that I could get superfood nutrition every day that my body was so needing because I was doing horrible with my nutrition before that. I didn't really follow the meal plan. And that's what I love sharing with my clients is you just don't have to be perfect to see progress. I do believe in following the plan as closely as you can to get best results, but again, you don't have to be perfect. We're all on our own journey and we figure things out in our own time. So I did this program, basically just the workouts and cleaning up my nutrition a bit, drinking my shake, and I was so happy with my results. I was so weak when I started. I was tired. I was unconfident, and I look at myself and I can just see that. And I was a totally different person when I finished 60 days later. Heck, I was a totally different person by day 30. So the second picture is me after having my second son. I had him at home. I did jump back into everything. It was the 21-day fix at about 6.5 weeks postpartum. And then I did Shift Shop, one of our newer programs, and I did 80-day obsession. That's my after picture from 80-day obsession, and it's the best shape I've ever been in my life. Most of the workouts that I did throughout my pregnancy and after having my first son, and then even after having my second son, most of them have been 22, 25, or 30-minute workouts. And most of the time, that's all I feel like I have. And it's just 2% of your day, guys, and look at those results for that amount of time. So this is Ariel. She is one of my first clients. She did our PIO program, and within 2 weeks, her results were insane. This is her before and after just from that one program, and I know she felt the best that she's ever felt in her life, and she had tried a number of things and was so skeptical of everything, mostly the shake, and then she was a believer in all of it within her first month. Andrea's on the left. She had done Weight Watchers, Atkins diet, Selfie, like everything out there, and lost 51 pounds with me doing 21-day fix for a couple rounds, 21-day fix extreme. And she is still in my groups and a client of mine, and it just so incredible to me, her story. And Carrie is on the right. She also had done a number of things, and she had a struggle through infertility, which some of the ladies in my group do. It's been really challenging. A lot of times they gain weight through that. There's a lot of stress. And Carrie went the adoption route, didn't think she could ever have kids. And one of the most meaningful and amazing messages I've ever gotten as a coach was getting a message from her that she was pregnant and they didn't even expect it or plan for it. And it was so amazing what her body was capable of when she started to take better care of it and lose the weight. And just look at her. I mean, what a difference. Unbelievable. She's, I believe, lost over 50 pounds, This is Stephanie. So her story is that she had yo-yo dieted and exercised for as long as she could remember. The only time she really felt skinny was when she refused to eat and was starving herself. And I can relate to that. She was miserable on the inside. And even then she would binge eat then and feel horrible about herself. But since finding Beachbody and joining me in a group, she was consistently working out, eating clean, drinking her shake, having self-confidence that grew every day, and so much more energy. Steph is now one of my coaches, and she actually watched me for a year before she joined me, which I love because I get that a lot. People watch me on Insta stories and Instagram and Facebook, and they have to get to know me and see me showing up consistently for a long time and pouring in and adding value before they're ready to trust me and join me, and that's okay. This is Jessica, another one who watched me for more than 6 months and ignored my messages. And she's somebody that told me, I'm sorry, I'm glad you have something that works for you, but I don't have time in my life for fitness to take care of me. I can barely get by every day. Like, it's just not going to happen. Jessica's story is she wrote this herself. On the left is a full-time mom and full-time nurse, disgusted with the baby weight she can't lose. She works long 10-hour days and comes home to 2 toddlers by herself while her husband works. She has no time for herself. She's physically and mentally exhausted 24/7 and desperately looking for an answer. Forward to today, 1 year later, to the girl on the right, she's overcome all of her excuses, found the time for herself, learned how to have a healthy lifestyle without dieting, gained energy and more confidence than she had pre-babies, and is so much happier than the girl on the left. The only thing she has lost is about 30 pounds and just as many inches. So guys, I hope that gives you a taste of what's possible. But now let's really dig into the content and how I can really help you. Okay, so in order to get results, you have to do something long enough, right? Like we all know that. That's when you create a habit, which is why a lot of our programs are 21 days, because it takes 21 days to create a habit. If you can just pick one thing that you do, whether it's a workout every day for 21 days, or drinking more water every day, or eliminating coffee or eliminating sugar, once you get to that 21, like 3 to 4 week mark, you have created a habit, and it becomes easier for you just to rinse and repeat, right? But in order for you to keep your results, you actually have to stick with it. You have to develop consistency, which means that you're going to show up whether or not you feel like doing it, because you know that you should and because you know the power of those habits. Now, in order to stop the yo-yoing, you need to make healthy a lifestyle. And this is what I am all about, what Beachbody is all about, and what I will help you do. So how though? Like, how can you make health and fitness a lifestyle? Most people that I work with or I meet are telling me that, like, they were really great in December, or really great in January, and then they got off track in February, and then they got back on here and then there. But like most people I know are always asking me the number one question, how, as they watch me show up, no matter what's going on in my life, pregnancy, moving into a house, stress, financial changes after having a baby, postpartum exhaustion, postpartum anxiety. How did I show up through all these things? And step one, you guys, is to stop self-sabotaging. You have to learn to stop looking for the next best thing, the latest fad and shortcut to success. There is only one way to get healthy, and that's with healthy eating and exercise. I don't think I'm going to surprise you there. That's the solution. And everyone's so busy trying to find a way around that and a way out of the work with some pill or wrap or supplement or something that's going to help them. And that's taking the easy way out, and it's never going to give you long-term results that you keep. And we have to stop expecting instant results and jumping ship when we don't get them immediately. Guys, weight doesn't come on in a day, and it doesn't come off in a day. You have to learn to be like a postage stamp. You have to learn to stick to one thing until it works. And stop thinking, well, this didn't work, I'm going to try this thing. I'm going to try this thing. Because guess what? Wherever you go, there you are. Maybe you are the problem, but you are also the solution. You have to learn the power of consistency and stop letting the scale dictate your success and define you and determine your worth. Look at this image, 5 pounds of fat versus 5 pounds of muscle. It only makes sense that if you are putting on lean muscle and like blasting fat, that the scale is going to stay about the same, even though you're literally shrinking, which is why I'm so huge on pictures and measurements in my group. So it is silly to let the scale be the only thing that determines our success. And I love seeing in my groups people breaking free of that power of the scale. This is Nika. I connected with her through my church. She lost in the 80-day obsession 10 pounds and 10 inches. But for doing something for 80 days, 10 pounds doesn't sound like all that much, right? And 3 months. Well, she was already pretty thin to start. But this is what she said. I focus on NSVs, which is non-scale victories, in my groups, because that's what helps keep you pushing through and staying consistent when the scale isn't changing. So she named a number of NSVs that she's more confident, she's healthier. She doesn't feel guilty when she takes time to work out because her husbands and her kids have seen a difference in her mind and her heart and her body. Eating's become natural now. Daily workouts have shifted her whole mindset, and she's got more energy. That's a big NSV. And she's sleeping so good. Another NSV. This is a mom of 3 who has joined me for 80-day obsession just a few months postpartum. And she posted in our group on day 40, I cannot believe I've done 40 workouts and haven't missed one. That's an NSV, and it totally is. I'm so glad when my girls give themselves credit and learn to be their own cheerleaders and be proud of themselves, because that's so crucial to the journey. This is another one from a girl in my group. She is a mom, a homeschooling mom. And she is a little bit older than me, so her kids are a little bit older, but she is someone who struggles with Crohn's disease. And so if you do, or if you have any autoimmune conditions or anything, know that I've got ladies in my groups with fibromyalgia, like the person on the next slide, Crohn's, Hashimoto's, PCOS, all kinds of health issues, postpartum anxiety, postpartum depression, and you are not hopeless. Okay, so this not-scale victory she shared is that she could see light between her thighs when she bent forward that she hasn't seen in years. And she can tell from that her legs are toning up and losing fat, even if the scale isn't. And then somebody, I talk a lot in my groups about helping them to set a morning routine, because when you win the morning, you win the day. And so if you can fit in a workout in the morning, it's so ideal. But she said she definitely experienced less anxiety. She was starting to modify less, seeing so many positive changes. Her pants were loose. She had to go out and buy newer, smaller ones. And that's another huge NSV. And this is Jenny. She has fibromyalgia. And she said she was realizing in the group that the scale lies, that she lost less than a pound in this round of the 21-day fix with me, but she lost 12 inches and fit into scrub pants that she hasn't since before she had her son 2 years ago. That is why it's something that's so important to me that in this community that we're encouraging each other on our journeys, that we are stressing those non-scale victories. And this is the last one I'm going to show you, which is Courtney. She did not lose a pound in her first round with me. She was super discouraged on the last day. I reached out to her and encouraged her to take her pictures and her measurements and look at this. She was blown away. She's like, I was going to eat my emotions. I was going to quit yet again. I was thinking that yet again, like, this is just, it's not meant for me. I'm never going to get healthy or thin. And then there she was. She lost 16 pounds and, 16 inches in 21 days. Just look at the difference. And I know she would have given up if she left it to the scale. Then I also have ladies that are in their 50s and 60s in my groups, because you're never too old to get healthy and fit. And look at some of the changes. Been so amazing. Guys, age is really just a number. It's never too late. You're never too old. You're never too anything to get started taking better care of you. So step 2 is that if you want to kind of take back control of your life, create healthier habits, more consistency, you guys, you need to get an accountability partner or a group. That's why I run a group. It's part of my main service that I provide as a coach. It's huge. Magazines, podcast books, they all talk about how to help us get back on the bandwagon after we fall off. How about they teach us to stop falling off in the first place? And that's what I help people do in these groups. As life happens, I know it's going to happen. You're not going to be perfect. But you have to stop letting life win every time and letting your excuses win, right? And always taking each opportunity and each, to make an excuse and to fall off track. You won't always want to eat healthy and work out. You have to stop letting it win every time. You won't always, feel like it. And that's where the accountability comes in, to help you choose what you want most over what you want right now. So you have to surround yourself with people with similar goals who are going to pull you up and help you to end that vicious cycle that perpetuates itself when you just keep listening to your emotions and your feelings in the moment. And then you're beating yourself up. You feel like you hate yourself. You binge eat, all that stuff. It's this vicious self-doubt and self-hate cycle. And this is a group, a post that Jessica posted in my group about how she was in a really bad mood, was going to pour herself a glass of wine, open up a bag of potato chips, but she knew when she sat down on the couch, she pulled up our group, saw all the sweaty selfies and said, no, I'm not going to eat my emotions right now and then feel even worse. So instead, she went to her basement, did her cardio workout, got out her aggression, and felt so much better. And she said, if I didn't have these groups, I would be on the couch mad at myself for eating an entire bag of chips. All of you inspire me and keep me motivated. And that's what it's all about, guys. This is another one. It's all about, never ever did I feel like I could follow a time nutrition program, which is 80 days. Never ever did I think I could work out daily for even a week, let alone commit to 80-day program. Never ever did I feel like I could feel as close to a group of ladies as I have felt in these accountability groups. My whole body and mind have shifted positive. Still a work in progress, but I think I have found my new way of life. So Personal development, guys, this is step 3 and something that I'm huge on in my groups. It's so important that you commit to becoming the best version of you in mind, body, and spirit. You should never work harder at anything in your life or your job than you do on yourself. You can try as many diets, pills, fads as you want, but they're all going to be a temporary fix, like I said, or a band-aid until you decide to deal with the real problem, which is you. And which was me when I started. And guys, it sounds harsh. You are your problem. But the good news is that you're also your solution. This is what makes the difference in my groups, and why those who join me get signed up and only do 1 or 2 rounds with me and then fall off. I have observed and found that those people who stick with this and who make it a lifestyle are the people who are doing personal development and working on self-growth every day. Because the truth is, you might think that if you join my group and get these workouts and meal plans and drink the shake and you lose 20 pounds, that you're going to love yourself so much more than you do right now, and you're going to be happy then. And that is a big mistake, because if you don't love yourself now, if you don't figure out how to find joy, contentment, and happiness in your life now, you won't 50 pounds lighter either. Happiness is an inside job, and it starts in the mind. And so that's why this transformation is such a the personal development part is such a critical part of the transformation in my groups, because true transformation happens from the inside out. And this picture is just some of the books and devotionals that I have read for personal development in the morning. Step 4 is to find the best way for you to fit in fitness. And I emphasize you guys, because what fits one doesn't fit all. I am not saying that Beachbody is the only thing that you can do in your life to get fit. I'm a certified hot yoga instructor. I love yoga. I love spinning. I love running and races and training for a half marathon. But here's what I do believe. We are all busy. All you need to get fit is 2% of your day. Beachbody has tons of programs to choose from. And even if you're a gym goer, a CrossFitter, a yogi, whatever, I've talked to so many people doing something, but they go to Orange Theory or CrossFit and they're like, oh, I can only make it 2 times a week on average. Well, 2 times a week, especially if you aren't perfect with your nutrition, is going to take a long time to see results. And you're kind of always fighting an uphill battle, because results come from what we consistently do. You've got to be on more than you're off. And that's why Beachbody is so helpful. Some of my friends just use Beachbody on demand, streaming our workouts right to their phones or computers, or, just to do on the days that they can't make it to the gym, when a kid gets sick, when they miss their class, things like that. And it just helps. It's a tool that they use to be more consistent. 2 of my favorite programs, and a nutrition program, I want to share with you tonight. We do have 22, 25, 30-minute workouts. And I never thought you could get a full body workout in 22 minutes a day. I was so skeptical, but it was the program that gave me the best results to date, actually, because of functional fitness. And functional fitness means that instead of going to a gym for an hour or 2 a day, doing, isolating one muscle at a time, that you can work your entire body all at once and get maximum results for minimum time. Can I get an amen? Like, sign me up for that, right? Especially us moms, we don't have time. We wear so many hats as women. We don't have time to be at the gym an hour or 2 a day. We just don't. So, and because why I think it's important, and this is helpful to find a way that it fits, you can fit this into your life more, is and the importance of a plan. There's no guesswork. You know when you're starting, you know when you're ending, you know that if you follow the plan, you're going to get the result, period. So guys, let's talk about nutrition and shift a little bit there before I cover these programs, because nutrition is the most important part of all of this. It is 70 to 80% of your results, so you can't skip it, but it's also like the most misunderstood thing. So let's dive in and cover that. So for me, one of the things that I found that has helped me the most with my nutrition is adding superfoods in every day. Sorry, I'm actually going to take my superfoods because I'm getting really thirsty. Hold on a second. Okay, so everybody in my groups is doing different programs, different things. Some people do some workouts, other places go to their gyms, whatever. But everybody has one thing in common, and that is Shakeology. When I started to believe in it, so here's the thing, I was actually really against this when I signed up with Beachbody. I was like, I don't need that shake. It's simple. Eat clean, work out. That's it. I don't need a shake. I don't need all the things that people out there try to sell to make money. That's what I really believed. First of all, I didn't understand what the shake was. Second of all, it's really not that simple. If it was that simple, everybody would do it. It's hard to eat well. We live in a busy day and age. We need convenience. And so my favorite thing about this shake is that it has provided me with maximum nutrition for my body, the best nutrients and superfoods from all over the world that I could never get on my own or afford to buy them all and have the time to chop and prep and wash them all. It gives that to me conveniently every single day in a way that that makes it fit into my life super conveniently. So if I talk to so many people who are taking B vitamins and taking this and taking that and if you were to purchase all of the supplements separately that are in this, because I started to research all the ingredients, macro, and as I went through the list, I was blown away by the health benefits of all of them. Because if you didn't know what a superfood is a food that has an elevated position over all the other foods because each superfood has like multiple health benefits. So it's not just one. So they are really foods that you want to get in as much as you can into your body. And this product is so much more than a shake. But when I started to research the ingredients, I really started to believe in it. And if you guys don't know this, why I'm so huge on this is because most people don't have a good knowledge of nutrition and proper nutrition and what that looks like. Most people also don't know what I didn't know when I started. I was like, well, I can just buy all clean and healthy foods, lean proteins, fruits and vegetables, all that, buy whatever I can or afford organic, and like, I'm good. Well, here's the thing. Even if you're eating all healthy foods and all organic, which I don't know anyone that can say that, you're still not getting the nutrition that you think you are, because an apple today is about 30% less nutritious than an apple was 10 years ago. Our soil is depleted of nutrients. They are overusing the soil. If you just keep growing something in the same soil over and over and over again, a fruit or vegetable is as nutritious as the soil that it grows in. So unfortunately, we're seeing our produce get bigger and bigger. It looks juicier and juicier, but it's mostly water and sometimes chemicals, and we're not getting what we think, unfortunately. So, but like I said, when I heard about this, I had some major hesitations, was very skeptical about a number of things. So I want to share with you real quick 5 things that I feel like you really need to know about Shakeology, because this to me is a non-negotiable part of this plan. And let me tell you why. First of all, this is not a protein shake like most people think. It is a superfood nutrition shake. So it has, it is so much more than a protein shake. Tell me the last time that you heard someone say that, or the last time that you heard someone was protein deficient. You haven't, because it's not a thing. We are nutrient deficient. We are living on coffees and fast food and processed things. As a society, we are very nutrient deficient. And especially when people start trying to lose weight and cut calories and skip breakfast and skip this food group, our bodies are not getting what they need. So many times people ask me if they can just skip this part and just do the workouts and not do the shake, or just swap Shakeology for a protein shake. And my answer is always, I'm like, no, because they are not the same thing, not even close. Number 2, this shake is soy-free and chemical-free. Most of the things on the market, when I get people who are like, well, I've been drinking this and I love it. I'm like, okay, well, what are you drinking? And they're like, it's got no this, no that. And I look into it and I'm like, did you know that there's artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners, and there's soy-based proteins? They're like, no, I had no idea. Most people are not really reading labels or, again, knowledgeable on what's good and what's bad. But guys, soy is not great for women. It is linked with a higher chance of breast cancer. I know for me, I really need to stay away from that. And in general, it's just a good idea. And, I sometimes will get a soy latte. It's going to slip into things here and there, but I don't want to be putting it into my body every day. Also, artificial flavors and sweeteners are linked with cancer. They're considered carcinogenic. They're not good. Most people have bloating and issues in their body. It's hard for our bodies to digest these fake things. And you should always have little sirens going off in your head when you can eat a whole tub of ice cream or have whipped cream or whatever, and there's no calories. I mean, what does that tell you? It's fake. Fake things shouldn't be going into your body. So number 3, this shake, so Shakeology, like I said, has no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, and it is no soy-based proteins. Those are cheap fillers that are commonly in protein shakes, but you really don't want to be putting it into your body. Number 3, Shakeology is not a weight loss shake. And even some of my clients who are not educated enough on Shakeology when they signed up were always surprised by this one. It's not a weight loss shake. It is something that you will see weight loss from, because weight loss comes as a byproduct of proper nutrition, but the shake itself is not a weight loss shake like so many of the other ones on the market. it is a superfood nutrition shake. So a lot of people get shakes to help them lose weight because they're like, a lot of shakes out there and diet plans and things like that are substantially cutting calories, but as a result, they're cutting nutrients as well. And that's not the goal. Our food, like I said, is nutrient depleted. And so it's really important that our bodies are getting the nutrition that they need. But also with weight loss shakes, it's kind of setting you up for this diet cycle, as we call it. And Shakeology really helps you end that diet cycle. So if you guys ever started a diet like on a Monday, right, and you really cut your calories, what happens is by Wednesday, like you are exhausted, you're irritable, and like you just are not feeling good. You're miserable. Because dieting and diet shakes and all that are associated with feeling miserable. And then by the weekend, you feel so crappy that you're just like, okay, well, I'm just going to have this like ice cream or whatever and make myself feel better. And then you kind of have a downward spiral, and then you're beating yourself up, and then you feel like you already had one thing, so might as well just have a bunch of other things. And then by Monday, you're starting right back where you started. And it's this vicious cycle because the body has like cravings. Like by Wednesday, like cravings are taking over, you're exhausted, all of that. It's like setting you up for failure. It's so hard because your body needs those nutrients. And so with the shake, you're cutting calories, but you're still getting all of the nutrients that your body so badly needs so that it's nourished and stays stable physically and mentally too. And then number 4, this product, Shakeology, is not just a bunch of extracts or processed things. Shakeology is whole food nutrition. You have a bag right here. And you'll see on the back label are all the superfoods and superfruits, and they are we have superfood hunters that go find them all over the world in their most nutritious soil and conditions. We've actually taken a couple of ingredients out of the shake when we felt like the soil had become compromised and that it wasn't as nutritious as it was when we started and put in new superfoods in their place. And that to me as a company, I remember when I first read that, they emailed all those coaches, I was like, wow, that's like a company that I can trust, because nobody else would have even realized that. Like they could have totally slipped that by and been like, whatever, it's a tiny bit less nutritious than it was. It's still really good for people. And no, like they have such a high caliber. They care so much about this product and the children and the families that are putting this into their mouths every day that they want it to be the absolute best of the best. And it is. It's not just powders and processed things in any place that it's possible. They are always preserved exactly as they come. And this shake is whole food nutrition. Lastly, for the value, Shakeology is not expensive. That was my number one concern. I was like, well, I can't afford this shake. Well, I'll cover because I can get it for you at half off, which is incredible. But also, guys, for the value, it is not expensive at all. You have to just break it down. When you look at what you would spend to buy all these things separately, it'd be well over $400 a month. And I know people who've been diagnosed with cancer and put themselves on plans with nutritionists and trying to get all these foods in and all of the work and the juicing, and it just takes so much time and so much money to buy all these things and organic and all of that. And this shake is so much of an incredible value. I drink this shake for about $3.50 a day, and it has all my probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, phytonutrients, which if you didn't know, your body isn't even absorbing when you're taking supplements and things in the foods that you're eating if you don't have phytonutrients in your system, and digestive enzymes to help you kind of break it down and use it. Otherwise, sometimes it just gets flushed out of your body. And things that most people don't know, and things that are all in this shake, antioxidants to help you fight off free radicals and the damage from that, gentle things to help you kind of detox and get the bad stuff out. I just cannot say enough about everything being all in one. I know that when I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's and looked into plexus, like just for me to take this probiotic every month, the probiotic alone, if you've ever gone and looked at good probiotics, they're at least $50 a month. And then a multivitamin for a really good one is anywhere from $30, $50 a month. And I mean, my shake when I was pregnant, I was drinking the shake in place of a prenatal, and all I needed to supplement with was, I believe, folate. Because it's all of the same things, and it's just in its whole food. It's just incredible, you guys. It's really a game changer, especially because nutrition is 80% of your results. And when you're joining a group of mine and starting a program and following a meal plan, this is going to make your life so much easier because it's one meal a day that you don't have to think about. It's ready to go 60 seconds. Jump in the car with your kids, family. For people that's breakfast, which is one of the biggest mistakes that you can make, that helps to slow your metabolism. Doesn't start in the morning. It really sets you up for failure. Your body is going to be having an energy crash. You're going to eat more later at night. It's just terrible. And this is going to fuel your body. If you're not hungry in the morning, you don't feel like you can normally eat in the morning, or you don't want to, or you skip breakfast because you don't have time, ready to go. It's going to be such a game changer in terms of nutrition and helping you not have those cravings. So I am about healthy, guys, over skinny, and so is Beachbody. You can get skinny and be so unhealthy. I'm about helping people be healthy and get if they want to lose weight, then do it a healthy way. Vegetables are really difficult for people. This shake has the equivalent of 7 superfood salads. We're not talking just a little side salad at Chick-fil-A, which, by the way, when I go get my salad at Chick-fil-A, that is not a superfood salad and is not the equivalent of 7. It is costing me about, I think it's $7.99, about $8 for my favorite salad. So almost triple the price of what I pay for this. And it doesn't have my prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, all of that. So I just got to kind of put it in perspective that way. And I could not chop up and wash and buy all of those vegetables and things anyways myself every day. So this is just a money saver, time saver, game changer. It's the most powerful superfoods on the planet. It helps you lose weight, lower cholesterol, lower blood sugar levels, so much more. Dairy-free, guys. It's soy-free, gluten-free, and up to organic standards. So Shakeology is something I drink every day. It's been 3.5 years because even throughout pregnancy and breastfeeding, it curbs my sweet tooth, which I had a raging sweet tooth for 28 years. I would want chocolate first thing in the morning and something chocolate after every meal. It really was just in control. And it was never going to be able to get incredible results from health and fitness because I was always, you can't outrun a bad fork, right? So it's also really convenient, especially as a mom now, a mom of 2 and a business owner. I need convenient but healthy is not like convenient. It's not usually healthy. And with Shakeology, it is. Thank the Lord. So it's one thing off my plate that I don't have to worry about every day. And it saves me so many times. So in a time pinch or whatever from a less healthy option. And like I said, I'm about healthy over skinny. I wasn't always, I am now. And so this is a crucial part of my nutrition every day. And it's trustworthy. The company is and the ingredients are. So let's go over the programs before, and I'll kind of end with the programs and the pricing options if this is something you decide that you want to start and try. So 80-day obsession, lift 4, and our food freedom program called the 2B mindset. So let's start with 80-day obsession. As I've mentioned in this webinar, it's about a program that is one of our newest ones by Autumn Calabrese, the creator of 21 Day Fix. She came out with this program in January 2018. 13 weeks long. There's 80 different workouts. Each day is different. There's a specific meal plan, supplements you can take to really help you get maximum results from it. And the goal is really that you build muscle and lean out. So let's talk about the meal plan. There's portion control containers that you'll use to measure your food, that you know that you're having the right amount of the different nutrients throughout the day. There's timed nutrition, which we were all super nervous about and really overwhelmed, but actually is super simple, but it's actually helping you take a step further and not just having, the right portions of foods, but also making sure that you're having them at the right times of the day for your body's needs based on pre-workout, post-workout, before bed, all of that stuff for maximum recovery, muscle building, and all of that. So, and energy. So you have 5 meals a day on that 80-day obsession, and it's specifically calculated off of your specific and personal goals, which I love. So based on if you want to lose weight, maintain, build muscle, all of that. The food prep is basic, and I really encourage my clients to keep it simple, especially at the beginning. So we're thinking like a carb, a protein, a healthy fat, so that you're vegetable and you get to measure your food, and it's just simple, like broccoli, sweet potato, chicken, whatever. And you can get to the more complicated things and amazing recipes. You can use our Fixate on demand that you'll have a 175-page recipe book of incredible clean recipes, appetizers, desserts, beverages, all of that. But keeping it simple at the bebeginning will help you be more successful. And then this program has no cheating. So for 80 days, you're not supposed to cheat at all in the nutrition plan, which is super challenging. The workouts, there's 80 different workouts done in real time. So as she was filming them, they were happening live. So it actually makes you feel really included with the cast. You really feel like you're showing up to a class and going through it with them. And there's a little workout, a little video before you start each new week where you talk about like the last week and what's coming up. And you can really relate to what they're feeling as they're going through the program and their concerns. And you just feel like you're a part of it, which is awesome. There's workouts per week. You have 1 rest day. So it's a pretty intense plan, 30 to 60-minute workouts, but I will say most of them are 45 to 60 minutes. You have to be in a season of life that you have that amount of time to commit. And that's for me being a newer mom of 2, it was a challenge, and I was ready for a challenge, but it's definitely a challenge. Cardio, weights, and resistance loops. So the form, that's how the workouts are made up. You get the resistance loops when you purchase it. And the workouts are all on demand, so you can pull them up from your phone, smart TV, laptop, whatever. The workouts are challenging, guys, but they're buildable, and you have an actual plan that you can follow. So for the final product, you will look the best that you have ever looked. It's incredible value that you're going to gain in the knowledge about what your body needs and how you should be fueling it so that you feel your best and get the best results. You don't use the scale in this program, which I love. You just take progress photos. And we have a coach who is a plus size coach for us. And she shared her pictures that were incredible because she was only 4 pounds different from when she started to when she finished. But the amazing thing is that she had lost, what was it? It was like something crazy inches. She looked night and day different. But again, if she only gauged by the scale, she probably wouldn't have done it again or would have quit. So you're going to finish this program stronger than ever, and it is safe to do while you're breastfeeding, but not while you're pregnant. A lot of the moves are done on your back, and it's just not recommended for pregnancy, but there are tons of other workouts and programs we have that are. So let's talk about Lift 4. Lift 4 is the program I'm currently doing. It's an 8-week program. It's a mixture of weights and high-intensity interval training. It's got a meal plan that's really simple and more flexible. There's supplements that you can take as well, and it's going to help you build muscle and kind of lean out. So this meal plan is a container system as well. So you'll measure your food. It's calculated for you, so you know exactly what you should be eating. You get this number of containers. You can spread it across the day. It's a very simple, easy to follow plan. And you do have a cheat meal, which I don't like that because I don't feel like you're cheating. It's a treat. You get to treat yourself, and there's no guilt. You can have it. You don't have to, but you can have it if you want it. And a lot of the girls in my group just love that they can say, okay, I've got a wedding or a baby shower this weekend, and I'm going to stay on track all week, and then I'm going to indulge there, and I don't have to feel bad about it. It's actually part of the plan. It's factored in. So it helps you just live your life. I know when I had a day that I had my husband finished an ingredient that I didn't know he did, and I was planning to make a dinner that I could no longer make, we ran out and we got pizza. And it was so freeing to be able to be like, oh, I can have this and enjoy it. And I'm still actually perfectly on plan. So really cool. The workouts are 30 to 40 minutes. You can do them 4 times a week. Guys, 4 times a week. That's it. I mean, I don't know anybody that can't pencil in about 30 minutes, 2% of your day, just 4 days a week to get incredible results. You have 3 rest days. They're optional. So if you do other things, this is a great program for somebody who maybe tries to go to 2 Orange Theory Fitness classes a week or CrossFit a couple times a week, hot yoga, running if you're training for something. This is a program that allows you to do other things that you love. And it is an actual plan, like I said. So there's a start date and end date. It's a plan that you know that if you simply follow it, no matter what you're adding in or whatever, you're going to get incredible results. And you're going to use bands or weights. The bands come with the program when you order it, which is really cool. The program travels with you. You can go anywhere. You can do it on vacation, or if you travel a lot for work. You can be outside, whatever, any of our workouts you can do outside, which I love the on-demand because I'll do it out in my backyard in the sun or whatever, or late night, summer night workouts is awesome. But having no equipment be needed besides bands to get results is really awesome. So I can't tell you the final product because I haven't finished. I'm on week 6 right now. But this is Natasha, one of my clients in my group, and she was so happy. She was down like 12 pounds. Gosh, I'm trying to remember. It was something like 16 inches. She's doing, I know, was it 8 pounds, 12 inches, I think. And then that's me, and I can see a definite change in my midsection. My glutes are getting tighter. My arms, definition in my arms and shoulders, I'm feeling so much stronger, and I'm really loving the program so far and the flexibility of it for sure. So the last one I want to talk about is our very first nutrition program. So there's no workouts here. This is a mindset around healthy eating. It's actually an undiet that helps you lose weight. No dieting here, none of the normal dieting junk. So this is one-on-one nutrition sessions with a registered dietitian who lost over 100 pounds without feeling hungry or deprived, and teaches you how that you can do it too. So it's a food mindset transformation. There's 21 videos, so kind of like the Netflix of nutrition, teaching you the fundamentals and the recipes that she uses. And there's daily tracking your food and daily weigh-ins, which might scare you. It scared a lot of the girls in my groups, but it actually is important because it'll teach you how your body reacts to certain foods. And it can be really freeing because if you think there's something like ice cream or brownies that you're like, oh, like I'm going to gain 10 pounds from this, like you wake up and you're not any heavier, it's really freeing to be like, oh, I don't have to hate these foods or feel bad about myself for the foods that I love. I can enjoy them in moderation. But then you might have something like eggs that you think are healthy, and you wake up and you're 2 pounds heavier because you have a sensitivity to that or an allergy or something like that. So it's really something that helps you just get much more knowledgeable about your body. So this program, how it works is that you learn how to eat foods that you love. You feel satisfied after every meal, and that you can still lose weight. So if you like big portions, if you love food, if you're a foodie, this is definitely your program. There's proven strategies to help you conquer cravings and survive everyday food temptations. You'll eat the right foods. You'll learn the right foods to eat at the right times to help maximize energy and weight loss, how to overcome emotional and stress eating, to end mindless snacking, and to stop punishing yourself for foods that you love, and to focus on what you can eat instead of what you can't. The time frame, guys, there's no start and stop date. It's ongoing because it's a mindset. It's really a concept over a plan. Once you learn it, you have it forever. And the longer that you do it, the more weight that you're going to lose. So, a lot of times with a workout program, you lose a lot of weight in the first month, and then people are like, oh, I'm plateauing or stalling. This is actually the opposite. So it's an intuitive eating guideline, like plan. There's not certain portions at certain times. She will teach you about your plate and what it should look like, and what your FCCs, like your fiber nutrient foods should be, and what portion your vegetables and fruit should be on your plate, and all of that. And portions are big, which is awesome. There's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and an optional snack. It does allow for treats. They're not cheats. They're treats. It's a very innovative. She includes sauces and pestos and all. She wants you to really enjoy your food and that your food will taste really good. So there's a lot of creative recipes, and it's just a general mindset rather than a meal plan. Like I said, workouts are extra credit. So if you don't like to exercise, if you can't exercise right now, if you're recovering from a surgery or you're about to have a surgery, or you have so much weight on you that you really can't comfortably exercise and you need to lose some weight before you get to a place that you can do the workouts, this is going to be an awesome program for you. And the final product, guys, is you're going to feel amazing. You're going to have a completely new way of thinking about food. Whether you've had if you're a stress eater, an emotional eater, you've had an eating disorder like I did, it's just going to completely change your mindset. And you'll have a whole new way of thinking. It's a long-term tool you get to keep forever to help you in your life know what to do at parties and eating out. And if you're somebody that doesn't like to make food, she teaches you so much about how to eat well out, how to order healthier when you're getting takeout and Chinese and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of tools and principles that you can use in your whole life. You're going to have so much knowledge, like I said, to apply to social events and outings. You will use the scale as a tool. It's really informative, and realize that you can eat more and still lose weight. So which program is for you? ADD Obsession, Live 4, Food Freedom, or one of the other hundreds of programs that we have, which I would help you determine. But out of these, if you're wondering which one might be for me, let me just say that you should consider the ADD Obsession if you don't understand portion control, you don't know what your body needs, you don't know when to eat. If you want a plan to give you guidance because you just don't know exactly what to do or when to do it or how, if you want a proven program that works, you're ready to get serious, disciplined, and absolutely crush it. If you need accessible full body workouts to sculpt your body and you're really only maybe doing just one form of exercise right now, or you've been doing the same thing for a long time and maybe feel like you're plateauing, you should definitely consider ADD Obsession. If you want to get fit, but you also just want to live your life, like you don't want fitness to be this whole huge thing that completely takes over and you have to dedicate like a large chunk of every day to. You want to incorporate other activities 2 to 3 times a week. You want to maybe only invest 30 to 40 minutes a day. You want a little bit more freedom in your meal plan and build muscle and lean out. Live 4 is definitely your program. And lastly, if you struggle with emotional or stress eating, you feel like you have a negative relationship with food, you don't want to or can't work out, you already have a workout regimen maybe that you love, and you want to completely just change your mindset around food, learn the basics of feeling your body well, and have a lot of weight that you have to lose, then I think the TB mindset would be the best place for you to get started. So let's talk about pricing. With ADD Obsession, you're going to get Shakeology, sliders and bands, portion containers, annual access to Beachbody On Demand for a whole year, access to me as your personal coach, and I promise I bring my A game. My Fit with Faith community, you'll have access to that forever, and daily personal development. You'll get all of that, guys, for $180. It blows my mind that it's only $180 to have top workouts from fitness professionals and a personal trainer in your home pushing you every day whenever you want for only for a whole year for only $180. Like, to me, that alone is worth it. But then to have a $130 a month shake that is giving your body everything it needs to be fueled maximum and run optimum at optimum health and feel amazing every day, and aid in your weight loss. Just that is in the portion control containers, the workout, meal plan and all that, and the equipment. It's usually $312. It was incredible to get it for $180. The recommended package is $240. It means that also includes the pre-workout and post-workout supplements, Recover and Energize. Energize is what you see me drinking every day on my Insta stories. It is a all-natural plant-based pre-workout supplement. And it is a long sustained energy. It's going to really wake you up and have you ready to work out. I can't do morning workouts without it in like 15 minutes. It tastes good. It is like a lemonade. So many people drink it like all throughout the day. It's so much healthier than things like Monster or Red Bull, and it just does so much for the body. It is incredible. And it's only about 100 milligrams of caffeine, so about the equivalent of a cup of coffee, but it does so much more for your body. It will help you perform at a higher during your workouts as well. And with Recover, uses like pomegranate extract and top nutrients that Harvard scientists have put together to have this formula that's actually NSF certified. So it's one of the only ones that like top athletes can use because it's just full, pure, amazing ingredients. And Recover will help giving your body about 30 minutes post-workout the BCAAs, the glutamine, and the protein that it needs to really recover quickly so soreness doesn't hold you back in your workouts the next day. So all of that for $240. Now for Live 4, you're going to get Shakeology, resistance bands, the portion containers, a year access to Beachbody On Demand, access to me as your coach, and Fit with Faith community and personal development. All of that is actually on sale right now for $170, so cheaper than it even usually is. And if you add the pre and post workout supplements, it's $240 on sale right now. Now for 2B Mindset, it's a little bit different. So you're going to get permanent streaming of all the 2B Mindset videos. It's not just like a year. You have them forever once you purchase this. You have the Getting Started Guide, a recipe booklet, a tracker, the 90-day journal to help you track all your food. It's awesome. You get a 30-ounce magical water bottle. I have never in my life been able to nail my water intake until I got this bottle. I don't know why. None of the girls in my groups know why, but we were all blown away. It is amazing. It's got motivational sayings on it. It's awesome. It's got a straw at the top. It's awesome. Access to me, my Fit with Faith community, the nutrition app, and a month supply of Shakeology. You're going to get all of that for $160. If you want to add on Beachbody On Demand for a year, then it's $200. So you can see there's only a $40 difference, and you're going to have what's normally $100 for workouts for the year. So that's a really great value. And when you get any of these, you get a free 25% discount membership with it that allows you to drink the shake for my pricing, coach pricing, which is 25% off, which is incredible because it's under $100 a month for all of that nutrition shake that I mentioned. That's so different than a protein shake. So you guys, but if you decide to purchase being on this webinar, if you watch this webinar and within 24 hours of watching it, you're like, Kim, sign me up. Like, I'm going to try this and take advantage of the 30-day money back guarantee, which is amazing. So if you don't love the shake, love my groups, love the program, get great results in your first 30 days, you can send it all that for a full refund. You're going to get $10 off of any of those prices I just mentioned if you get with me within 24 hours of watching the webinar. So let's talk about value versus cost real quick. And I want you to stop thinking about the number one question I get is, well, what does it cost? Well, what is it costing you, honestly? Like, I would like to know, what do you value? If I told you that I can help you lose 14 to 17 pounds in your first month with me, that you would feel amazing, you would sleep better, you would have confidence, you would have energy every day, that you would just change in mind, body, spirit, what would that be worth to you? Because I know for me, way more than $140 or $60. But I want you to think of it differently. What is it costing you not to do this? What is your health, your fitness, and your confidence, your mindset, your future, your marriage, and all of that? Like, how would it feel? What is all those things worth to you? So for a $160 challenge pack for Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology and all of that, the containers, like, guys, you're saving $130 total right there. And to me, like, I value my health and my well-being every day so much more than that. But like I said, I objected to this. I was like, I don't have the money to do it. But I want you to, and I also said I didn't have the time. But really, guys, it's not a time issue, a money issue. It's a priority issue. We have time for whatever we put first, and we have the money for whatever we put first in our budget every month. I said heck no to the shake, like I told you, because I didn't understand what it was and how much it would help me. And I didn't realize that I was spending $4 or $5 here extra at Target or Walmart, or grabbing this convenience bar, or going through a drive-thru, or getting a coffee. And all of that was actually adding up to way more over the course of a month than my shake will cost me. And plus, my shake saves me money on groceries as well. And it curbs my sweet tooth, so I'm not buying sweets. It's actually saved our family money, but it just took a mindset shift. And I thought, do those home workouts even work? Like, I can just do this all myself. But the truth is, I wasn't, and I couldn't. But I was also in that mindset of, well, what if? And I was waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the money to be there. And I was full of doubt. That's wrong. I was in the wrong place mentally. That's where I was living my life. And, you know, you can sit there all day and be like, well, what if? And people watch me for a long time. And what if this doesn't work for me? What if? The only way I was going to learn was by jumping in and trying. And I loved that I had that 30-day money back guarantee in case it didn't. You guys, really and truly, if it matters to you, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. I've had people with no money and stay-at-home moms sell some stuff from their house. I've done that before to make it happen. So if you really want it, you will. So if you guys have any questions when you're watching this, just email them to kimfitwithfaith@gmail.com. And I will be so happy to answer them. Just a minute.
Can I go the screen?
Yes. And you can take this from me and I'll be right there. Okay, I'm going to put this for you. How was school?
Good. But Mom, if you need this back, can I watch?
I'll be right there. Okay, I'm coming. Sorry, my son just got home from school. But guys, I just want to leave you with this. So any questions, like I said, email me kimfitwithfaith, KIMFITWITHFAITH@gmail.com. And I want to leave you with these. Okay. And these messages right now are a couple of the ones that I got from people who are brand new clients. And one of them said, I just want to take a moment to tell you thank you for how you are as a coach. This is not my first time being in a Beachbody Challenge group. And while my previous experiences were okay, this one has been particularly transformational in this season of my life. You do so well at staying engaged with the group and encouraging others by example, even when the example is just, today I wasn't perfect, but I keep going. That's really impactful. I love how you're relatable and keep it real. Keep doing what you're doing. So if you guys are looking for a real coach, a relatable, I'm not perfect. I'm never going to pretend to be. So if you're not perfect, you're really going to be a good fit for my group. We focus on progress and not perfection. And another girl who has cystic fibrosis, who's just been so amazing. She has really watched me for like a year before she joined me and didn't think she could do it. And she had this amazing 30-day transformation inside and out, but her lungs are healthier than ever. Her doctors have been amazed. And she said here, she was a mom that was putting her son before herself all day, every day, and just not taking care of herself, taking care of him. But he really needed a mom who was going to be healthy and take care of herself. And so she said here she posted in our group that she was having a lot of rough days, a lot of anxiety, being up at night, but this is her stress reliever, and it's really become her time for her. That's changed her from the inside out. And she said, I could have napped while he had his quiet time, but I refused to give up on myself like I always have done in the past. And that is what it's all about. This is a brand new client testimonial. She said she had just started working out, has never worked out long-term before. But she signed up with me and got her challenge pack, got into my group. And honestly, she said, I have tried doing this myself to be cheap and save money, and it never works. I can't tell you how often I hear that. I was the same way because I always try to be cheap with everything as a frugal stay-at-home mom. And she's like, and I always drop out after day 3. Tomorrow is day 10, and I worked out every single day. I haven't missed a day. I've been pretty good with my nutrition, which is half the battle. I now try to wake up at 5 a.m. so I can have an hour with my coffee and silence to meditate or fill my planner. Then I get my workout in, hop in the shower, all before the baby is up. And I can't tell you, she's like, if you struggle with self-motivation and really just need to do it and commit, message Kim or go stalk her on social media because it's worth it. I love that. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you see in some of these transformations that I've shared, these are just all real people, moms, people who have tried other things that didn't work for them, didn't know if this would work for them, didn't believe in themselves, just like me. And these transformations that are possible and that happen every day. You just got to get connected to someone who cares, an encouraging and uplifting group of people that are going to be in your corner, tools that are going to help you be so much more successful because you have the whole equation. You have what I call the trifecta of health and fitness. You have the workouts, the nutrition aspect, and the support and accountability that we all need at times in our lives. And that, to me, is everything. And most gyms, they take your money and they don't care if you show up or not. Nutritionists are giving you awesome, it's very, very expensive. Most of us can't afford it. And if you see a nutritionist, it's your trainer, it's just that one piece. But then what about your workouts? What about, and so having all of that and having it be delivered to me in such a convenient way has just helped me be so much more consistent and truly change my life from the inside out. And that's why I'm here. It's why I love doing what I do, helping others, empowering others along their journeys. And I hope that after watching this, that you consider joining me. If you're ready to, you can get my application for my group in my Instagram bio. Just click on the link in my profile, click on Get Fit with Faith, and then you'll hear from me within 24 hours. If you're interested in the webinar special, just email me, kimfitwithfaith@gmail.com. And I'm so excited to hear from you soon and to get you guys started.